Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an awesome life. We're going to advanced manifesting. Wow, it's like most of my videos are advanced. What is advanced manifesting? Advanced manifesting is when you are absolutely aware all day long of your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, how you're treating other people, and you consciously switch into a higher frequency. What's a higher frequency? Love, compassion, happiness, joy, giving. It is not about the ego. The ego criticizes, sees fault in others, has to be right? Even if it's a spiritual discussion. Oh, this is how it is. No, it is for you. Be okay with that. Be okay and respectful with everybody else's reality, and then you start to accept it. Okay, you've got these conspiracy theory guys. Okay, cool, that's your reality, and I don't go into that space. You don't go into that energy. You don't participate in the negative energy. So you are absolutely controlling what's happening in your life. All right, so if you sit in front of TV and you allow the negativity in, even if it's commercials, you're conditioning yourself with the matrix that wants to keep you there. Those conspiracy theory guys, oh, they're intelligent, the government's the problem in that. It's still matrix programming on a negative level. It's creating a problem. And we don't see it that way. Oh, they're sticking up for us because now the government's the bad guys and these are the good guys. They're all cray-cray, all right? It's the cray-cray world. You get to decide if you're going to participate in it or not. What's your world? That is manifesting 101, is making those choices, shutting down the stuff that's negative, shutting down the news. It's not real. It's made up crap, and it's a perspective that they want you to see. Do you think that those news people are going to be able to go in there and tell the truth? They lose their jobs. They have to give you crap because that's what sells. All right, you watch TV, pharmaceutical stuff. Oh, and then here's a prescription that's going to help override these other 5 prescriptions. And oh, my son out there in the yard, he's got a prescription, and you're accepting this. They're conditioning us to think this is normal. Who's they? The lower frequencies that don't know any better. Bless them, bless them, bless them. I hope they find their way. I'm not going to live in that reality. All right, advanced manifesting. So what I want to talk about today is the actions behind what happens in your manifestation mind. All right? So I want to talk about the actions because we're going to talk about reverse engineering. The probability that you desire exists. When you know it and you just accept it and you know that that's what's going to happen at some point, you let go of how it happens when it happens. All right? And the details, because if you leave yourself some room in there and you don't box yourself in, it has to be exactly this way, you allow the universe to bring you even better things. Now, if you lose sight of that and you question it, then you absolutely were never in that higher frequency and picking that probability. You're down here thinking, here's my ego, it has to be this way, and at this time zone, it's not happening. I'm like, oh, you never were in that probability. You never went in that space at all. When you go into advanced manifesting, you pick the higher probability. There's no thinking, no judgment. Nobody's a problem. Nobody's a problem. Stuff happens, you deal with it. You're not into this, mommy, daddy didn't love me. Go into that space and say, that probability exists right now, and that's what I'm choosing. Now you ask yourself, because we did advanced 3-second advanced manifesting where I actually have you switch over the thought, and then you become that person. Now you're that person of the probability. All right, wow. That person is going to be healthier or is going to put more work in to learn certain things, is going to do certain things, because we are on planet Earth, and that's part of the beauty of it. You know, you want a garden, you got to get in there in the dirt. It's okay. You don't just go, I want a garden, it's going to show up. That's not on the planet. That's off, when you're out of this body. We have things that we do here, and that's the beauty of it, is the work that goes behind it, the accomplishment. Studying to pass that test, to get that higher paying job and whatever it is you want. It's a beautiful accomplishment that we don't have on the other side. We don't get to experience that. Don't be afraid of that. People say you don't want to work, then great. Go sit and be a blob in a chair somewhere and eat bonbons. multi-millionaires, successful people that do good things, right, are the ones that are saying, okay, I can be abundant. And what does that take? They put in that work and they take the action. So that's what we're going to talk about. The action that you must take as that person in the probability. All right, so advanced manifesting, we're not going to talk about, all this stuff you got going on here. I'm expecting you to go master that before you take this and have it make sense. You are now in that, there are no problems. None of my past is an issue. My past is not who I am now. It is an experience, nothing more. That's it. Go for it. You've got an amazing world out there waiting for you. Are you going to choose it? There's nothing holding you back except for stories in your head. So now we've gone past that. We're in advanced manifesting. Okay, so what are we going to do with it? I am now the person in that probability. What am I going to do? Because that action has to be taken. All right, so let's say I want 1 million subscribers. Well, I can't just turn this camera off. I have to say, okay, how do I reach those audiences to get 1 million subscribers? I want my message to hit the globe. I want people to get this message who desire it and who are going to benefit from it. That's my goal, because that helps the collective consciousness. For me, that's expansion that's going to raise the frequency. When people resonate with my messages, I'm doing my job. So for me, 1 million subscribers would be amazing, right? I'm going to help change the planetary frequency. We all do when we raise our own. That's it. So I want to ask you this. If I want that 1 million subscribers, well, I have to up my game. I have to decide that what I need to do to get these videos in front of more people, get these messages out there, and give the kind of messages that bring real value. I have to take actions, and it doesn't mean sitting here doing the same thing every day. I now have to take the actions of that person with 1 million subscribers. Right? So I have to learn, what does that mean? Because I am in a world of technology. You guys know that I have internet marketing training. So now I go in and I'm meeting with these high-level business people within that training and saying, I'm going to take this brand to the next level. What's my brand? A message of positive peace and love and creating that amazing world you want. How do I get that message out? And we sit down and say, okay, well, there's certain things that you have to do with your website and all this other stuff. There are some things you have to do to get to these places that are part of your amazing journey. And so that person who has 1 million subscribers does certain things, and there's a story there. So I'm now the person, and I'm going to have to reverse engineer it. So let's pretend you're that person who has what you want right now, and you're sitting there going, wow, I remember 5 years ago when I first took that course that taught me certain things, and then I developed this, and then I developed that, but you're that new person, so I want you to think that way. Go into the probability and say, okay, the future me, what would the future me tell the me now in this fake time? What would they say, because it's actually happening at the exact same time? All right, not going to go into that space. It's a little too mind-blowing for us. So what would the future you sit down right now and say to you? You need to do this and this and this, right? You want to be fit. You want to run that race. You want that marathon. Here's what you need to do. Need in a good way to accomplish that goal. Well, you better get on a disciplined schedule. You better start eating right. You better get with a running group if you need inspiration, or whatever it is. Imagine that your future you in that probability that exists is talking to you right now, and it's not even thinking like a limiting person, because I already have the 1 million subscribers. I don't have to sit there and go, oh. By the way, that's not something I focus on every day. But my point being, if that's what I want to be, and I'm the person with 1 million subscribers, which I am, then I would say, okay, here was your journey. And I would take the action every day to be that person who, in whatever time period it's going to be, I don't worry about that, has that goal in place. That's it. So I do my 3-second advanced manifesting when we take it boom, boom. There's boom, boom. Then there's boom, boom. When you become that person. I am now that person. I'm not just catching a negative thought and going to a positive one. because I'm still that person over there that keeps catching thoughts and going over here. Now I have to be this person. That's boom, boom. Negative thought, boom. Positive thought, boom. I am now that person. Not only do I have a positive thought, I'm not even going to go back over here because this person that I am that thinks this positive thought wouldn't even think that way anymore. So what does this person do? Wow. Okay, I'm going to go for a run today. I'm going to run further and further and further. I'm going to do that marathon. I'm going to achieve that goal. And then I'm going to raise a lot of money for it. Oh, I'm going to win the lottery so I can help other people. Okay, run a marathon and collect money and get the $1 million and give it to your charity. Yeah, let's see if you can do that, right? Oh, no, I want to win the lottery because you don't want to take the action. You're missing out. That's expansion. And when you expand in the quantum field, you guys can do my expansion meditation. When you go out in the quantum field, holy cow, everything's possible. And it takes action. That's like I have to do things. And that message is, I am expanding. I am doing, and that it's reacting to you. It is you. That is the person that's expanding. And the opportunities come in because you're now that person who's doing and expanding into that space. Not sitting here going, I want that over there, law of attraction. I have to attract it to me. Ooh, that's not going to attract to you. You're not even on that frequency. Right? Get that out of your head. I must be that person. I must be in that frequency. I don't need to attract friggin' anything. It exists right now, and I get to choose if I'm that or not. And if I tell myself some wah-wah stories and I want to stay over here, great. That's your choice. I don't think you want that anymore, do you? You can do anything you want. Are you going to be that new person? You can, right now. You get to choose. And if those old thoughts come in, deal with them, because Manifesting 101 is catching them and going to the higher thought. You'll program yourself. Eventually you're going to go, I'm so sick of those negative thoughts. I don't even want to have them anymore. It's so stupid, right? It's like, where's that coming from? Oh yeah, the programming. All right, whatever. Talk to the hand. I am an advanced manifester. Boom, boom. I'm that person. Oh, now I get to take the action. Oh, some of it's a little bit annoying. Okay, I have to learn certain new things, or it's not fun to go running. If I want to do a marathon, building up to that is going to, and then pretty soon it feels really good. And then you can't stand it if you don't run one day, because now you become the marathon runner and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to run. I have to. Now I want to run. It feels good. I am the marathon runner. I'm not that person over here who wants to be a marathon runner. I'm the person now that, yeah, maybe I'm not running, that many miles every day, but I'm getting there and it's feeling good. I'm now that person on that journey there because that exists and I'm already the person that ran the marathon. Does this make sense? All right, so guys, other videos, you can click for other videos. You can sign up for Landria's Inspiration. That takes you into my weekly inspiration. That's when you get to see all that I'm doing. Sign up for my e-course, you get discounts for things. Subscribe, because I'm going to hit my 1 million at some point. By the way, I want you to know Anthony Robbins only has 600,000. Right? Sometimes things don't happen in the time period that you want them to. I'm okay with those things because it's going to happen. Be okay with whatever time period and enjoy that journey to it. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of that probability, is that amazing journey to it. And you're going to get there and go, wow, well, I need to set a higher goal because that journey was amazing. It was, getting there was so much fun. I became this new person. And you get to the goal and you say, wow, like me, it's like, okay, now I have to hit a million subscribers. Right? And then I have other goals and more books to write. All right? You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Subscribe, because I have 1 million. I have 1 million subscribers. I love you. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.